and gals, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, and today I am bringing you planting zinnias and cosmos in my cut flower raised beds for this year. I'm pretty much on track. I think I wanted to get these in the ground May 14th and today's May 16th. Pretty good. So I'm going to take you through and show you what I'm planting because I had some zinnias that really suffered when I was away on vacation, but I'm trying to keep them as hardy as I can. But I sowed another tray after I got back from vacation, and those are looking pretty healthy. So I'm going to do a combo here, and I'll explain that to you right now. Okay, here we have the tray that was really unhealthy. I'll put some video footage on the screen of when I returned from vacation, and they were just really sickly looking. They weren't looking great when I left for vacation recently, and when I got back, they looked even worse. And you can just see up closely, it looks like the ends are almost burnt and crispy, and I think it's from under watering. But I'm going to do an experiment today and try and save some. So I've got old soil 4-inch blocks here. I'm going to try to pot them up and give them a really good drink and see if they're savable. So I tried to put them under a better grow light and water them diligently. And I think we might have a few up here I can use what I did just before this video. Some of them were looking like this. Maybe not quite that bad. This one's probably the worst. But I went through and I simply trimmed those bad edges off. I'm hoping that makes a difference. And so now I'm going to use 5, which these two are the Mary's Giant Salmon Rose, and Cinderella Peach is these 3. So the new growth looks really healthy, and I'm hoping they continue to take off because I don't have any Cinderella Peach left. I do have a tray that I sowed over there that I'll show you in a second, where I have most of these varieties in there again. So this will be an experiment. We'll see if those take off or not. And this tray, you can see this is where all of those were originally, and I popped them out and put them into bigger containers. That's also what I did to try and bring them back to health. This is the tray where some of my cosmos are. Also not in the best of health, but I'm gonna try and get some of those in the ground. And then this is the tray that I sowed when I got back a few weeks ago, and it obviously is looking the healthiest. I'm grateful that they seem to have taken off and are looking healthy. There's a little bit of damage on some of them, but still much better than before. This over here is different kinds of shalosia, and I'm not planting those quite yet. Quick note, this line here and this line here, those were the only two that didn't germinate there. This is Queen Lime with Blush and Oklahoma Salmon, and I should have an Oklahoma White. Yes, right here is Oklahoma White too. Those do not go in yet. Those are gonna go in closer to May 25th. So it's all of my other zinnias besides those Oklahomas and Queen Lime series that are going in today. Spacing wise, I'm gonna come in with the cosmos and go 12 feet apart because they get pretty gigantic. And then with the zinnias, I'm gonna come in and do 9 feet apart. So you'll see more space in between the cosmos and then a little closer together with the zinnias, whichever you prefer. I'll be coming in with Biotone starter fertilizer, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna fly through this because I'm on a bit of a time crunch, but I'll try and show you some of the footage of getting them in. Okay, let's do this, friends. I'm gonna come in first and pick out the varieties of Cosmo that I want because I can't use them all, and I'm gonna set them in their position. Cupcake Splash, want one of those. I'll also keep their label with them so I know which is which. I also just watered these so you can see how they hold together really well. They needed water badly. That's a key tip. I've found that if they're watered, they're easier to get out of their trays than if they're dry and crumbly. We'll do 1 rubenza. Double click cranberry. And 2 fizzy white. I also know I could direct seed these and just start over, and maybe I should, but I really just want to see if I can get these guys to grow and come into a bloom. One, so I know for next year if I have this predicament, if it's worth keeping trying to grow them or if it's just worth tossing and starting from scratch. So it'll be an experiment. And 2, if these do bloom, they'll probably bloom sooner than if I just started them from seed. So that's my thinking, and we'll see what happens. But yes, you can for sure direct seed Cosmos. From what I hear, it's very easy. Okay, I've got them all spaced out in here. Let's take a look. Let's start over at this end. You can see I've got them spaced about 12 inches apart. I have 1 Cupcakes Blush. Should have put my tags all the same way. 1 rubenza. And in the corner over there, double click cranberry. Then back up here, double click snow puff. I've got 1, 2, 3 of those. And then these last 2 here are fizzy white. Zinnias. I have, really should have thought about the placement of these ID tags here for filming. Cinderella Peach. I put all 3 in a row here, trying to keep the same ones alike. Hopefully those take off. Then over there we have Varieties Giant Salmon Rose. All 4 of these, and I did put the best one I saw out of the Salmon Rose of the new tray in here as well. So there is that. We have Varieties Giant Deep Red, one of the old ones, one of the new ones. You can see the difference there on a healthy, happy seedling and one that is trying to make it. Then we have Giant Dahlia Flowered Scarlet here and here. And these last 2 here are both from the new ones. They look nice and healthy. This is the unique Zowie Yellow Flame. So those should add a punch in there. I've got room for more, but I think I'm gonna stop here today. And then I might put in here some Cherry Brandy Rudbeckia because I haven't planted that yet. So let's get these in. Hi everyone, it's later this same night that I planted, and I'm gonna show you the Cosmos and the Zinnias early in the morning. They've been watered in, but right now I've got a coyote in my front garden bed feasting on something, so I'm a little preoccupied. I might try and get a little bit of footage of it. We live in the woods, so it's common. They're everywhere here. I'm in Zone 5B in the Chicago suburbs, but that's why I couldn't get to my filming tonight, because our back gate was open and I didn't really want to visit her. It's too dark and so hard to see, but he's out there eating something in the front garden bed. Maybe what's left of my bulbs.
I mean, I love your bulbs and all, but there's no way that they're making that type of cracking noise.
I can't hear it. I wear hearing aids and I can't hear that. Okay, it's definitely some sort of prey.
You want to scare it away?
No, I think we should just let it be. My husband thinks it's probably more likely a rabbit, which is probably true. We think it's a rabbit. AJ can see something dangling out there. Or a squirrel. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you live in the woods. This is what happens. I'm not complaining. Cycle of life. Okay, enough of the coyote. Until tomorrow. Hi everyone, it's the next morning and it's a gloomy, rainy day, but I still want to show you the finished product of these zinnias and cosmos in this bed here. Overall, things are looking good, nice and perky. As we come to the zinnias, they look okay. When you get up close, like this one here is one of the older ones I'm trying to save. You can see some discoloration along the outside that's new there. And then the newer ones kind of have it, but it's a different shade. So it's interesting. I know sometimes zinnias don't like fertilizer, so that could be part of it, but we're also getting a lot of rain now too. So this one's got a little bit of burnt going on. And that one still mostly looks okay. I hope you can see that slight discoloration on the leaf. It's interesting. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is a good bed to experiment on. And we'll see how they grow. And if they don't do as well here, then maybe I take the biotone starter fertilizer out. For the front beds, my Iceland poppy beds, I'll switch into zinnias after they're done. But so far, so good here. And while I have you on the line, let me show you those Iceland poppies real quick because they're getting ready to explode. So here we are. You can see all of the buds across this bed. I'm just anxiously awaiting for the time to come where I can harvest these for as long as I can. And that's it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please comment below if you've grown zinnias before, because it's my first year growing them actually. And let me know what you think about if you fertilize them or if you don't. I've heard both things, so I'm curious what your take on it is and what your experience is. So please comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel to follow along with all things garden. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Happy planting! Bye!